All right, let's get started in mountain pose. So feet are together, hands are at your sides, shoulders drop back and down, spine is really long. As you inhale, sweep your arms out to the sides, all the way up overhead, palms touch, gaze is up. As you exhale, let your right hand drop down to your side and reach your left arm over to the side. Left bicep is right over your ear. Stretch and take a breath here. Let the entire left side of your body open up. Inhale your right arm back up to touch your left. And as you exhale, drop your left hand down to your side, reaching over with your right. Try not to cave in here, but let your chest open up a little bit to the sky. And inhale, both arms back up overhead, palms touch. As you exhale, fold all the way down. Bend your knees slightly, let your head drop down. Bring your fingertips to the mat in front of you. Let your right knee bend deeply, keep your left leg straight. With your right fingertips on the mat, reach your left hand up and twist to the left. Opening up to the left. Good, drop your left hand down, bend your left knee, and reach your right hand up to the sky. Getting a nice stretch in the back of your right leg, opening to the right. Drop your right hand down to the mat. Good, and then reach your hands down towards the mat. Spread your fingers wide and step your feet back. Lift your hips up to downward facing dog. Take a moment here and use downward dog to stretch your legs out, pedaling your feet. Press into your hands and lift your hips really high. And then look between your hands and step your right foot forward, coming into a low lunge. Drop your back knee down, uncurl your toes, and inhale your hands up towards the sky as you let your hips sink down. Drop your hands back to frame your foot. Left hand stays down and lift your right arm up as you twist to the right. Lunge twist. Exhale your right hand back down and shift your hips back as you straighten your front leg and pull your toes towards your forehead as you drop your head. Breathe into this hamstring stretch. Shift your hips forward back into your crescent lunge. Inhale your arms up to the sky, letting your shoulders drop away from your ears. And hands go back to the mat, framing your foot. Step your right foot back, lift your hips, downward facing dog. Look between your hands and step your left foot forward for a low lunge. Drop your back knee down, uncurl your toes, and lift your hands up to the sky, letting your hips sink towards your mat. Drop your hands back down to frame your foot. Right hand stays down, lift your left hand up to the sky, gazing up as you twist to the left. Drop your left hand back down and shift your hips back, straighten your front leg and pull your toes towards you. Drop your head down towards your knee. Take a breath. As you inhale, shift your hips forward, lift your hands back up. One more crescent lunge, you're reaching up and slightly back. And then drop your hands back down, frame your foot, and step your left foot back. Lift your hips to downward facing dog. Really good. We'll come into pigeon. So take your left knee behind your left wrist, drop your leg down, drop your back knee down, and use your toes behind you to walk yourself down. If you have space underneath your left hip, tuck a folded blanket or towel there for support, and then drop down to your elbows. You can stay right there, or you can drop your head all the way down if that feels good to you. We're going to stay here for a full minute to really get a deep stretch here. So close your eyes and settle in. Turning your attention inward, finding your breath. Take a scan of your body and look for any tension you can release. Slowly come out of this. Make your way back. Step your left foot back to downward dog. Lift your hips high. Press into your palms. And then bend your right knee. Bring that knee behind your right wrist. Drop your hips down. Walk your back foot back as far as you can and shift your towel or blanket underneath your right hip. And then walk yourself down to whatever position is comfortable for you. And we'll take another minute here. Dropping your head, closing your eyes. Full and complete inhales. Full and complete exhales. Try to notice where you're feeling the stretch here. Are you feeling it more in the front of your left thigh, in the back of your right thigh, through your hips? Wherever you're feeling it is the right place for you. And let's slowly come out of this and roll onto your right hip. Swing your left foot around. We'll come into a seated position. So bring your feet out in front of you. Bring the sole of your right foot to the inside of your left thigh. Left leg is extended out. Inhale, sweep your arms up overhead. Reach for your left foot. Toes are flexed. Inhale, lengthen your spine. And exhale, fold down over your leg. Really doesn't matter how far you can fold. Feel free to bend your knee, just as long as you feel a stretch. And then come back up, switch your legs. So straighten your right leg, bend your left leg, sole of your left foot on the inside of your right thigh. Inhale your arms up overhead and exhale, reaching out for your foot or your ankle or your shin. Gently pull yourself down towards your leg until you feel a nice stretch. Good. We'll come down to a reclined position here. Pull your knees into your chest and then let your knees open out to the sides. Reach between your knees, grasp the outside of your feet with your hands and let your soles face up towards the ceiling as your knees drop down to either side of your torso. And you can rock from side to side, or you can just stay still with your knees dropping down. And pull your knees into your chest. Straighten your right leg out. Keep your left knee pulled in tight and then cross your left knee across your body, twisting it over to the right as you extend your left arm out in the opposite direction, taking a full body twist here. Try to let your left shoulder drop down towards the mat if you can. And then pull your knees back into your chest, straighten your left leg, and let your right knee cross your body and drop all the way down to the other side. Straighten your right arm out to the side. If it's comfortable, you can gaze towards your right hand. And again, think about letting your right shoulder sink down towards the mat. It probably won't touch, but try to let it release in that direction. And pull both knees back into your chest one last time. Give them a squeeze and release your legs for final relaxation. Let your hands slop out to the sides. Let your legs be as wide as your mat. Close your eyes and just take a moment to fully relax here. Stay as long as you like. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I will see you next time.